Okay, this is Thursday for your math menu. So remember that for this math menu, you should have already completed the appetizer, and right now you are checking it or going over it. So you're going to follow along with me and correct anything that needs corrected. If you weren't sure, you can follow along and fill in the blank. So remember, we talked about multiples are skip counting by a certain number. So for this instance, we're supposed to list the first 10 multiples of 9. So if you think of your multiplication chart, you have to start with 9, and then 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27, and you're counting by 9s. 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Okay, so those are your multiples of 9. Now, we are going to multiply. For today's multiplication, I'm just going to do the standard algorithm. So we're going to multiply up. 9 times 9 is 81. So we're going to carry the 8, put the 1 below. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 8 is 17. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 1 is 55. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 5 is 23. So you are going to put your comma right here. So that's 23,571. Now, for the long division, you are going to set your problem up like this. We're going to do the box method. Didn't stop working. Okay, so we're going to do 962 divided by 9. So here we're going to say 9 goes into 9 one time. 9 times 1 is 9. When you subtract, you get 0. Bring that over. 9 goes into 6 0 times. 9 times 0 is 0. Subtract to get 6. Then we're going to bring that over. 9 goes into 62 6 times, because if you look up here, how many times does 9 go into 62? Well, here it goes over 62. So it goes 1 less time than that, which is 6. And 9 times 6 is 54. 62 minus 64, you're going to have to do some regrouping here. So this becomes a 12, this becomes a 5. 12 minus 4 is 8, 5 minus 5. Okay, so 106 remainder 8 should be your answer. Okay, so now we are going to flip the page to our main course. So on Monday you learned some new vocabulary. You learned prime and composite. Yesterday you learned multiples, and today you're going to learn factors. So a factor is two numbers that are multiplied together to equal another number. Okay, so a factor of a number are one of two numbers multiplied together to find the product of a number. There are infinite or finite amounts of these. So we're going to list all the factors here. So here, for 12, you're going to think in your head, what two numbers, I'm going to pull out my multiplication chart here, what two numbers can I multiply together to get 12? Well, I'm already thinking 12 times 1, right? Always do 12 times 1. Those are always going to be a set of factors. You can always multiply 12 and 1. Since it's an even number, I know that 2 is going to be a factor too. So I can multiply 2 and 6. Can I multiply 3? 3 times what is 12? Let's look. Yes. If I multiply 3 times 4, I get 12. So these are factors here. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. But let's see if there's more. 4? Yes, if I multiply 4 by 3, I get 12. Now, I don't have to write that because I already have 3 and 4 as a pair. Okay? What about 5? Is 5 a factor of 12? It is not, because 5, 10, 15. I can't multiply 5 times anything to get 12. What about 6? Yes, 6 is a factor, but look, we already have that, 2 and 6. What about 7? Nope, not a factor. And 8? 8 is not a factor, because I can't multiply 8 by anything to get 12. 9, 10, 11, nope. And I already have 12 and 1. Okay? So there are 3 factor pairs for 12. 1 and 2, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. Now we're going to move on to 16. So think about your multiplication facts. Automatically, I'm going to start with 1 and 16. Can I do 2 and 16? Yeah, because I know 8 times 2 is 16. So 2 and 8 are factors. Can I do 3? Well, let's look at our 3's. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So 3 is not a factor of 16. What about 4? 4, 8, 12, 16. So 4 times 4 equals 16. What about 5? Nope, I know because it's an even number, or because it's not a multiple of 5, that's not going to work. 6, 12, 18. Try 7. 7, it's not. What about 8? 8, 16. So yes, 8 is a factor, but look, we already have 2 and 8. 9 doesn't work. 10 doesn't work. 11 or 12. So here are the factors of 16. Okay. What about for 36? Okay, so I already know 1 and 36. I can multiply 1 times 36. Also, this is an even number, right? So I can do 2 times something. Okay, now this is not on your multiplication chart, but we know that 18 plus 18 is 36. So if we multiply 18 times 2, we get 36. Okay. What about 3? Let's look at our 3's. There is for 36. So 12 times 3 is 36. So 3 and 12 are factors of 36. Okay, what about 4? 4 has 1 too. So 9 times 4. So 4 and 9 are factors. Okay. What about 5? No. 6? Yes. 6 and 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 is a factor of 36. Let's try 7. No. 35. 8. Nope, not a factor. 9. 9 times 4 is 36. But remember, we already have that one because we did 4 and 9. It's the same thing. 9 times 4 is the same as 4 times 9. We know that 10 is not going to land on 36 or 11. 12 times 3 is 36. But we already have that, right? 12 and 3. Okay? So if you just go down and on one side you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, or try to go through starting at 1, to see if it can be multiplied together. Okay? Now, these are the factors of these numbers. But it says to circle the prime numbers and underline the composite numbers. So, we are going to remember, go back to day 1, and prime numbers is a number that can only be divided by 1 in itself. And a composite numbers has 3 or more factors. Okay? So, we know that all of our even numbers and all of our multiples of 3 are going to be composite. So I'm going to go through, since it says to underline the composite, and I'm just going to underline those words, or those numbers. This is even, 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 so I know those are all composite. This is an even number, 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 not even number, sorry, even, 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 even. Now, if it's a multiple of 3, then it is not prime either, because I can do 3 times something. So I'm going to underline all the multiples of 3. 3 would be a multiple of 3. Here's another 3, and 9 would be a multiple of 3. Okay? So all that is left here to check and see if it's prime. Okay. And all that's left here is 1, because we know every other number here is composite, and 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay, so we actually did not have any prime numbers on this page. Okay, all right, you are going to go ahead and do your games on Google Classroom Math. If there are no games on Google Classroom Math, you're just going to continue with MobyMax. Good job.